Charlotte, thank you for coming to speak to us ahead of our Her Game 2 fixture this weekend. First of all, for our supporters out there who might not know about yourself or the campaign, can you tell us a little bit about Charlotte Cromarty and the Her Game 2 campaign?
Yeah, of course. Well, I just want to start off with saying thank you so much for having me. But yeah, I'm Charlotte Cromarty. I've been a Rochdale fan since birth because, to be fair, my dad's a massive Rochdale fan. I didn't really get a choice in the matter, but from coming to games and just experiencing it as a whole, I just became addicted. I've been a season ticket holder now since the age of 6. But yeah, it's amazing. The campaign as a whole is something I'm really passionate about. From being a young girl, obviously sat with my dad in the stands, to now being the club ambassador is it's just surreal, really surreal. But the campaign in general is just to try and spread the message that it is her game too. It's not just a man's game, that people can be involved, women can have their own opinion, they can play football like the Lioness has shown. Just to try and educate and spread the message out there that it is a game for all.
As you mentioned there about you being the club's ambassador, what does that role entail?
Well, the club's ambassador, it's just basically trying to build a safe spot for women and females of all ages, races, who want to come to games, and just being there for them and supporting them if they're ever a problem, which I will hold my hands up. I have never, in the years of being a Rochdale fan, I have never had any abuse actually at games. It's always been on social media. But it's just to try and promote the message that anybody can come and watch us. We're welcoming, we are a welcoming club. We are fan owned, we're an asset in the community, and we just want to get everybody involved. And yeah, it's just different ideas, different initiatives. Anybody can come and speak to us, anybody can come and share their ideas. We just want to make it a really nice atmosphere and a really nice place for everybody.
Of course, work goes on throughout the season, but we always have a dedicated fixture. This will be our second one, having held one back in March. Are you excited for the Salford game?
Honestly, I'm really excited. Last season, it was actually my birthday, I got announced as Her Game 2 ambassador, and it was kind of a quick thing, and I didn't really know what was happening, what to do kind of thing, because it was all new. But I think now, just being in the role for quite a few months, obviously I've had my input. It's just, I'm so excited. I'm like a kid at Christmas, honestly, as you can probably tell on my face. I've not stopped smiling, and I'm really excited for all the fans to come together, and Salford City fans as well, just everyone at the club, and I think it'll be a really amazing day.
You and your advocates will be in and around the Ratcliffe Bar and the fan zone on Saturday, as well as our spot and around the community bus. Are you looking forward to seeing people? Would you encourage fans, male or female, to come and say hello and to have a chat with you?
Yeah, honestly, my Her Game 2 team is obviously made up of me. I've got my advocates Kirsty, Charlie, Leanne, Isabel and Victoria, and we're all Rochdale fans. We're all different ages. We all sit in different parts of the ground as well, so there's always a familiar face around probably for majority of the fans. But I'm really excited to speak to people, and I want to hear everyone else's input as well on what we can improve. We don't just want our initiatives and our ideas, we want other people to become involved. We want to speak to people, we want to tell them if we're not really sure what the campaign is, we can speak to them about what it is, and just our ideas and everything. But yeah, I'm really excited to get involved and speak to all the rest of the fans.
You work closely, obviously, with the club and the community trust. Are you enjoying that aspect of what you do as well?
Yeah, honestly, like, I cannot complain. The club have been amazing as a whole, whether that's been the community, whether it's been yourself, whether it's been even the players as well, management, just everyone as a whole has been so amazing and so supportive of this campaign, and just everything in general. Like, I had a lot of ideas, obviously, leading up to the game. I obviously did the PowerPoint presentation because I'm very organised. But yeah, just all my initiatives as well, but hearing other people's initiatives and how we can push the campaign. And obviously we've got new director Susie as well. She's been great. She wanted to hear all about the campaign, so honestly, the club have just been amazing as a whole, and yeah, really excited.
In addition to our match day activities, we have also teamed up with yourself and Her Game 2 to set up a drop-off point for sanitary products at the club. Now, the Community Trust and the club have been big advocates, especially of the On The Ball campaign since sort of 2018, but we're delighted to be working with Her Game 2 on this new aspect of the initiative. What can you tell our supporters about that and how they can get involved as well?
Yeah, of course. So it's something we've all been quite passionate about, the club as a whole, but Her Game 2 as a whole, because we personally believe that people shouldn't have to buy them. They should be there, obviously, if we're in need. And yeah, it's just something that I just thought as a whole we're really passionate about. We really want to work with to try and obviously make people feel comfortable at games. There's nothing worse than obviously being a woman and not having these products when you need them. So I just think it's amazing. The drop-off point is actually the bus where Rochdale Community are based, and anybody, whether you want to donate money, whether you want to donate products, baskets, just absolutely anything, we will be more than grateful for. And obviously they'll be in the away end as well, so obviously the home fans, the away fans, women, staff, just everybody, if they did need to use them, obviously be there for them.
Absolutely, and the Community Trust as well, through their work, they sometimes go back into the community as well. Is that really pleasing that others, not just at football, but other people in the community can benefit from these as well? Yeah,
100%, and we all know at the minute the cost of living and just things in general as a whole, it is quite difficult after COVID and obviously the pandemic. So I just think if there's something we can do, and if we are, no matter who you are, if you are willing to do this and if you can donate, then it's just amazing, because we do want to help people. There is a lot of people that are in need, so I just think if we can do that, then the world would be a better place.
One big announcement that is coming out this week is the fact that Richard O'Donnell, our goalkeeper, has signed up to be the Her Game 2 advocate for the club, and we believe that he is the first player across the whole of the UK to do that. You must be really excited about that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really excited. Like, just to have the idea, that was an idea I came up with, but just to have the idea, but then it be set in stone and it actually something happen with it, it's just surreal. And for someone like Richard, who's obviously been in the game for quite a lot of years now, he's he seems to come across as a really great guy, very family orientated as well. He's got a daughter, which I just think is amazing, and I just think he's a perfect role model to do this as well, where we want to be, obviously we want to educate and get everybody on board, but from someone from a young age. I've got a son as well, he's 7, and just to have that player as a role model and championing Her Game 2, I just think it's amazing as well. So hopefully from a young age we can try and get people on board with the campaign. So yeah, I'm really excited, as you can probably see by my smile.
What will be the expectations for Richard? Obviously it's great that he'll publicly be endorsing the campaign, but what will you hope that he'll be getting up to as part of his advocacy?
Yeah, I just think mostly championing the actual campaign itself, any social media posts, getting involved. Obviously, like I mentioned about his family as well, so I've noticed on his social media, being a follower, he's very supportive of other people. Just obviously trying to help Rochdale in the community, whether it involve fans as well, maybe coming together and doing something where we can do like a Q&A, or just trying to educate people as a whole. I just think having his influence and his input is just amazing for someone like him who's been in the game for so long.
You only became the Her Game 2 ambassador back in March, but it's fair to say you've become really quite busy off the back of it. Very quickly, can you tell us a little bit about what you've been up to? You're involved in all sorts of podcasts and Twitter spaces, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I'll start with the day away, because this is where it's all come from, and I feel really bad because it's kind of took a bit of I've kind of left it to one side, which I don't want to do, and it will hopefully be coming back. But I've just had so much going on with Her Game 2 as a whole. I'm the official Her Game 2 Twitter host. which is just amazing, out of every club, let alone me, is the host of that, which is great. I'm involved in Road to Legends podcast, which is doing match analysis on Premier League football. So it's kind of nice, even though I love Rochdale, it's kind of nice to actually be involved in something what's not Rochdale. I've been on several podcasts appearing, League 2, Twitter Spaces, pretty much everything. And I've got lots of ideas as well that are coming. But we're actually as well, I'm in her Game 2 education team. So that's really interesting, and hopefully we want to put a syllabus together to try and go into primary schools from the ages, obviously in primary schools, secondary schools, colleges, up to universities. We want to get involved with courses for people if they did do an offence to do with obviously discrimination. We want to try and come up with something for that. It's just very busy at the moment, but I'm absolutely loving it. Really am.
Absolutely. I mean, Her Game 2 only launched last May, which is incredible to think about, really. How proud of you of what's been achieved so far and the work that's been done?
Oh, honestly, it's one of them where I feel like I'm doing a lot, but these girls are just amazing. Everybody involved in the campaign, no matter who it is, whether it's someone supporting a campaign, whether it's somebody like actually involved as a whole, everyone's just so supportive and amazing, and it's just growing every day. And these people, they do it at the side of their full-time jobs. There's a lot of people with kids, obviously families as well. They're not earning anything from this. This is just basically, a lot of them are putting their own money into it as well, and they're just surreal, these people. It's just amazing, and just to see it grow every day. It's gone from football to cricket to rugby. I just feel really proud being part of it, I really do.
What's next for Her Game 2?
Well, there's probably a lot to say. I'm hoping as a whole, every club in the EFL and Premier League could obviously become partners with it. My own goals particular is just to carry on with the work I'm doing with the club, just try and build a relationship and just try and carry everything on from Her Game 2 Rochdale. That's one thing I'm very passionate about, obviously being a Rochdale fan. And I'd love to go into obviously the education side, and obviously I want to partner with Rochdale in the community, the Dale Trust, just all the different ones. A special mention as well to the Overcoaters. They've became a partner with Her Game 2, which is amazing, and they're doing a fantastic job of building an atmosphere at the club and just getting everybody involved. So special shout out to Dan and Ben, because they've honestly been amazing, really amazing.